Are your spiritual experiences delusional or grounding? So, I really want to do this video. Whether you are having, your spiritual experiences that you're having is delusional or they are very grounded spiritual experiences. Now, what I mean by that, I will uncover that further in the video. And I really wanted to make this video because, yes, the times are changing. This, the spiritual awakening. I'm sorry about the camera for once. The times are changing. The spiritual awakening is happening. Everything is happening. All things are going on. Planet is going through an awakening. So it's just very important, that a very right and mature, kind of information goes outside, you know, and people, you know some people can just start to feel that they are having or they're going through spiritual experiences but they are not. So it's very important for me to do this video today, and yeah. So what is the nature of the mind? Mind fancies. Okay, mind fancies. If something has happened to somebody, you fancy that, and you might start to feel like that the same things are happening with you. you know but what as I've always talked about in this about the nature of mind in my videos, you know so the nature of mind is just very very small. It But what is the real nature of reality? What is the law of universe? Do you know about that? Are you even aware about that? God, never makes the same copy again, ever. That's the law of the universe. Have you ever looked at the leaf ever of a tree? Even they don't look similar. Look at our fingerprints. Everybody is having goddamn different fingerprints, right? We do biometrics, everything. Never anyone has had a same fingerprint. It's so tremendous. The whole thing is so tremendous. So universe never, if somebody is having a spiritual experiences, ये हो ही नहीं सकता है that you're going to have a similar one. Okay, it's impossible that you're going to have a similar one. God, always acts in his own ways. He interacts with you in his own ways. He made you so differently, yaar. He's going to act with you so differently. You express your existence very differently. you know you as an existence is so very different. How God made you. Your spiritual experiences are going to be very different. you know so I just really 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 wanted to talk about this because as the earth is expanding, we're moving into 5D. And what happens in 5D, that really many spiritual gifts open. First of all, I really want to say that spiritual gifts are not something like you achieve, right? They just open up. Okay, they've always been there. It's a feeling like that. It will never be a feeling like out of nowhere something has come onto you. No, we human beings have never just uncovered our whole potential, but now it is happening very effortlessly, okay, for the whole planet. Okay, so one thing is that, right, that universe can know, we are all very different. Our existence are all very different. We express our existence very differently. Our spiritual paths are very different. So if I am going through, and I have talked about like 2% of my 2% of what my spiritual experiences have been, and I don't want to talk more, because when you start talking about, that's why they, in the tradition they've always said, don't really talk about their spiritual experiences, because some, it may take the other one to a wrong path, because he may start or she may start to feel that they are also having the same experiences. But I've talked about it only to a certain extent, so that you just get an idea that yes, the earth is shifting. You get an idea like how things are working. And I always try and give a very mature view. I always try and think from your perspective. I know how people are and everything, and I always try to give a very mature perspective as as best as I can do for you guys. So yeah, one thing is that. Second thing is that don't rush. Okay, the nature of mind is it's quick. It wants to for example, you want to get to Nainital right now. So you can just close your eyes. You can just imagine, if you've ever been, to a place like that, you can just imagine again, and you can just reach there, right? The nature of the mind is quick, it's imaginative, it's creative, right? But spiritual path, it takes distance to cover, it takes time and distance to cover. Why this time exists? Because it has been your karma. Okay, and there is nothing wrong. Okay, I'm not trying to put anyone down or saying, that I'm not really trying to do that, right? I'm not trying to, it's not about capability. Okay, it's not like somebody has less karma and they awaken early, somebody has more karma, they're going to awaken. It's not like that. Okay, it's actually a circle. You may feel like it's ego makes you think like that. We've been programmed to think like that. We have to reach like it's a long road or something, long linear road. No, it's a circle. Earth is a circle, all planets are circle. I mean, not exactly circle. What do we oval, right? That's what we call them. Whatever. Not exactly oval. Also, is another shape name. I don't know. Whatever. But the fact is that circle. Universe law is that it's a second law. It's a circle. People who get enlightened. What do they do? They once they've reached their home, what do they do? They help other people reach home. Have you seen the pain and sacrifices they really do? So that they can pull other people back onto their home. I know there are some frauds out there, you know who will and sometimes very illusory people out there, okay, who will uh, this is a matrix, this is a maya, complete maya. So you want to find all kinds of people out there. You're going to find yeah, you're going to find all kinds of people out there. Some people may make you make you feel like um they'll sit at a throne and maybe they'll tell you feel like you have to reach there. But if you've really seen an enlightened person, if you really you know um seen an enlightened person, they would really come back and help people out there, right? It's easy for an enlightened man to leave a body, but they don't leave. Okay, they take all the pain, okay, of staying in the body, because once you get enlightened, it's very difficult to stay in the body. That has been the you know um that has been I've read about it in many books. Almost all enlightened people have talked about it. It's very difficult to stay in the body once you get enlightened, but they stay in the body, taking all the suffering and everything, and just to help people out there. So it's a circle. कोई लंबी road नहीं है. ठीक है? It's not a one big road. That you have to really one has to achieve, then the other has to achieve. It's not. It doesn't work like that. It's a circle. Once you reach there, you come back. You help. Okay, and that's how you evolve further. Yes, evolution, it never ends. As much as I have understood the laws of the universe, and as much as I have understood the ascension process and everything, it never stops. Evolution never stops, right? When they come back, they evolve more. So, and I've put a post also on my Instagram. You can human beings are really they have divided their psychology into heaven and hell. They want to go to heaven. Everybody wants to go to heaven, especially certain religions is very much preach that you would have to reach heaven and everything. But people from heaven really come down, okay, to help. So it doesn't make sense, right? So yeah. Because actual heaven is you. There is no place like that. Okay, I mean, you change your vibration, you change your frequency, you come into the place of love, nothing can beat you, literally. No outside force can really beat you. You can lock in your own you can lock in your own ways, and nothing can beat that. So yeah, and it gradually happens on a spiritual journey. It does gradually happen on a spiritual journey. So yeah, I just really wanted to point this out. So yeah, the nature of mind is actually quick. It wants to. So it may just start to hallucinate that, okay, the things are also happening with me, because if you are more in your ego, you will be bored. You will feel a little frustration, you will feel bored, you will feel depression. And when you are in states like that, you would want to, fancy something, amazing out there, some amazing spiritual experiences out. And let me tell you, it never happens like that. The more and more spiritual journey I have covered, the more and more I found it's so simple. It's so simple. Okay. And it makes you feel more human rather than some supernatural or something. No, it really makes you feel more human. you know the more spiritual I've become, the more, I start to feel my breath more. I start to, simple things start to matter more suddenly. And it's very beautiful. Okay, simple things start to matter more rather than any extreme, some akashwani or something happening. No, it doesn't happen like that, literally. And you don't even feel like spiritual gifts have come to you. Your spiritual, how people say, people have started to say those spiritual gifts start to come online. They've always been there. It's just that we've started to resurface, because you've gone through some hard journeys and everything. And yes, things are, yes, it's quite available to you. It's effortlessly happening. And the more and more, in coming times, in coming years, very effortlessly, we all will be able to, um, we all will be able to go through things. Okay, you'll all be able, spirituality, is going to lot more resources, and everything will be real. People will be available, genuine people will be available to you. So all of these things are going to happen. No need to rush. Okay, your mind is going to make you think that if to rush, and it may start hallucinating. You don't have to do that. And you cannot have the same spiritual experience somebody else has. You cannot have the same spiritual, thing that somebody else had. This is one thing. Okay. Yeah. So what else do I want to put here? Yeah, let me just talk about capability. Also over here, is somebody becoming more capable? you know this is the somebody's having more spiritual experiences. Ego likes to think that way, that they are more capable. They are, doing much greater in life and everything, spiritually, or whatever you want to say that. Oh god, it's very difficult to sorry, it's actually very difficult to hold a phone right now. Yeah, so bear with me. So yeah, it's really not about capability. Okay, ego may, just start to think that, oh, she or he is more capable, spiritually and everything. It's or maybe it is like that. Rather you take it, rather you come into your own truth. It's very important, actually. Yeah, I mean, one side of it is, yes, that is a circle of love. But the third point I really want to make here is that, you know yes, you might not be that, spiritually capable as somebody is, you know and you need to accept and come into that truth of where you are. That's what I call touching the ground. You cannot really fly up, high into ascension, evolution, if you haven't touched the ground. So it's so very important that you touch the ground. You you come into your own truth, that where am I, in my spiritual ascension. And it can never be in comparison, because it's so even God cannot compare. And you cannot compare is the most stupid idea that matrix has given us. You can just never compare. Okay, when it comes to the spiritual evolution awakening, because there are many factors that are working here. It's so chaotic world, you don't even realize that. That some old souls are very aged, you know so of course they're gonna have more spiritual capability, you know and they might be here to help you back. Okay, rather than, you don't have to compare it to them or something like that. The comparison, the most stupid idea. A fish can never swim. I'm sorry, fish cannot climb the tree, it can just always swim, right? Oh god, oh god, I'm really sorry about the camera today. So yeah, that's what I really meant. okay, when I say what I say. So, um, yeah, it's so important that you come into your own truth, that yes, I am where I am in my spiritual journey. It's so important that you come into the truth, that where am I in my spiritual journey? And that's how I evolved. That's how I came into the 5D earth. That's how of course, I am coming into the 5D earth. I am, we are still, exploring it. This is completely new. It has never ever happened before. It's completely new what is happening right now on the planet. So it's very great. It's very exciting. So yeah, we're all coming and exploring our ways into the 5D earth. Yeah, and it's happening, and the basis would always be love. So if you have touched that base, if known that basis, yes, it's going to happen. So yeah, it's so important that you touch the ground. It's so important that you be in your truth, that this is my truth. I am at this level of my spiritual journey, not conclude yourself, you know, not strictly bound yourself into that, that, oh, I am only this and nothing else. Or, it's so important that you come into your truth and also realize the possibility of flying higher. You understand that your feet are on the ground. This is my truth. This is how I am spiritually. And, it's stupid and waste of time of comparing yourself, even spiritually. But you do need to understand that people who are really coming into 5D earth and everything, let me tell you, they have really gone through really, really, really hard paths. Okay, they really had really hard life path. So it's not it's not like something, you know it has it's just happening, and it is effortlessly happening. Like right now, the energies are very much effortlessly available to us, very much, the effortless energies are available to us, and yet yet it is a difficult path because the matrix is very, very dense. It's very, very dense, very dense. you know I myself, I never believed, that I never believed in my own powers. I never believed in my own truth. I always asked other people, I waited on other people to tell me that, yes, something is amazing with me or something is not amazing with me. I relied on people way too much, So I also went through a plethora of self doubt, before coming to a state of utter clarity, where now I know I don't have to really ask anyone. I know what I am. Okay, I know where I come from. I know the journey I had. I know things now. I know what I've gone through, everything. So I've come to a place of that. So it's very important, that you stay in your own truth, and that really helped me, you know and we always had outer confirmations. Okay, where am I now? I had outer confirmations. I had synchronicities, horrible synchronicities, horrible synchronicities I had on my path, you know, and that's how I know. That's why things have happened the way they have happened. And synchronicity is a very scientific, you know, I can really talk about synchronicities in a very scientific way. Why synchronicities happen and what they happen, and if all these things. So we can talk about it. Even Dr. Joe Dispenza have also talked about synchronicities in a very mature manner. So you can look that up. So yeah, all these things are there. Yeah, it's Dr. Joe Dispenza. You can look up his statements on synchronicities, and it just makes so much sense. So one thing is that, yes, and I was just also wanted to just share on something I forgot. Yeah, I think I want to keep my video till here, and let me see if I want to add something up. I can make another video, part 2 maybe, of this. So thank you for watching the video. If you feel you have any questions regarding your spiritual experiences, or whatever, so you can put that in the comment section. Okay, take care of yourself. Thank you for watching the video.